Thoughts lead on to purposes. Purposes go forth in action. Actions form habits. Habits decide character, and character fixes your destiny. Hello, welcome to Winning Ways. My name is Cyril. Today, we will be looking at how to break bad habits and learn good ones. How to break bad habits and learn good ones. You are what you are today because of three things. And what you will become in future is also determined by these three things. These three things are your thoughts, your feelings, and your behavior. They determine who you are and what you will be. They determine how successful you will be, the rate at which you will make progress in life, and the impact you will make. Behavioral psychologists agree that 95% of everything you think, feel, or do will be determined by your habits. So your thoughts, feelings, and behavior are basically controlled by your habits. Your habits will either break you or make you. It will either make a failure out of you or a success out of you. Your habits go a long way to determine how healthy you will be, how financially buoyant you will be, how successful you will be in your career, relationship, marriage, and academics. Your habits virtually control every aspect of your life, whether you like it or not. Seeing how important habits are, it is of necessity for us to try to cultivate good habits that can help us to live better lives, be happier, and more successful. What then is habit? Habit is something that you do often and almost without thinking, especially something that is hard to stop. A habit is a routine of behavior that is repeated regularly and tends to occur subconsciously. Every one of us have habits, and we activate hundreds of them on a daily basis. Your habits are reflected in your communication style, the way you treat people, the way you do your job, the company you keep, and even how you spend your leisure time. There are basically two types of habits, the good habits and the bad habits. The good habits are difficult to learn but easy to live with. They can help you to be healthier, successful, and happier. Examples of good habits include eating healthy diets, exercising, gratitude, studying, managing money wisely, striving for excellence, practicing good hygiene, always telling the truth, reading regularly, punctuality, respect for authority, etc. The bad habits are easy to learn but difficult to break. They can ruin your life, cause you to fail, and even cut short your life here on it. Examples of bad habits include smoking, excessive drinking, eating junk food, watching too much TV, being late for appointments, procrastination, focusing on the negatives, womanizing, masturbation, etc. Habits are formed in different ways but follows the same pattern. The time it takes to form a habit ranges from a second to several weeks. Some habits of medium complexity, like waking up early, listening to motivational tips while in your car, exercising, being punctual to work or appointments, takes from 14 to 21 days to form. But some habits can take a second to form. For example, putting your hand on a stove or touching a live electric wire will give you an intense and immediate pain or shock. The experience may only take a split of a second, but for the rest of your life, you will possess the habit of not putting your hand on hot stoves or touching live electric wires. The SBC model of new habit pattern formation helps to explain how habits are formed. The X stands for stimulus, also known as context cue. The B stands for behavior, and the C stands for consequence, which is also known as reward. The stimulus can be prior action, time of day, location, or anything that triggers the habitual behavior. This could be anything that one's mind associates with that habit and will automatically let a habit come to the surface. The behavior is the actual habit that one exhibits. The consequence is the reward of feeling of satisfaction that we get from the behavior. For example, seeing a pornographic pictures or videos can cause one to masturbate in order to release his sexual urges. After masturbating, the person releases and gets relieved, feeling sexually satisfied. If the person keeps repeating that process for several days, it becomes a habit. In this case, the pornographic picture is the stimulant. The act of masturbation is the behavior, while the sexual relief or satisfaction is the consequence. That is her habit, her form. Now, what are the steps for developing a good habit? Developing new habits, most especially good ones, can help you become a better version of yourself, achieve your goals, and become everything you want to be. Developing good habits does not come easy, but once the habit is developed, the reward can be awesome. Here are 7 steps to developing a good habit that can be a blessing to your life. Number 1, make a decision. Decide on what type of habit you want to develop. It could be waking up early at a specific time, exercising on a particular day every week, or staying away from watching too much television. Whatever habit you want to develop, it starts with deciding which one and making plans on how to go about it. If you want to be waking up by 5 a.m. every day, you can decide to set an alarm to help you to wake up. Number 2, never allow exception. Once you have decided on what new habits you want to form, the next thing to do is to ensure that you do not give room for exception during the formative stages. You must discipline yourself to stick to the plan. No excuse whatsoever. If you decide to stay away from eating junk foods, then discipline yourself to stay away from it without exception. Number 3, tell others. Tell others, most especially people close to you, your decision to form a new habit. That way, you are making yourself accountable. It will help you to stick to your plans and follow through because you know someone is watching you. Number 4, visualize yourself. Create a clear picture of yourself already having the new habit and living with it. The more often you visualize and imagine yourself acting as if you already had the new habit, the more rapidly this behavior will be accepted by your subconscious mind and become automatic. Number 5, create an affirmation. Write out an affirmation and repeat it to yourself regularly until your new habit is formed. For example, if you decide to wake up early every day, you can have an affirmation like this: I get up and get going immediately at 5 a.m. each morning. Repeat these words the last thing before you fall asleep. It will help to register it on your subconscious mind, and before you know it, it will become part and parcel of your system. Number 6, resolve to persist. Many times you will find yourself failing to follow through your plans of developing a new habit. Whenever it happens, you have to be determined to continue no matter what. If you fail once, continue and keep disciplining yourself to stay true. If you do not quit, you will win. Number 7, reward yourself. Once you have succeeded in developing the new habit, ensure you reward yourself. Give yourself a treat. Do something for yourself that is noteworthy. Each time you reward yourself, you reaffirm and reinforce the behavior. Now, let's look at dealing with bad habits. Bad habits are not good for anyone. They will ruin your life, destroy your health, relationship, and even your career. Physically, mentally, emotionally, socially, and even spiritually, they are not good. They just help to waste your time and energy. Bad habits are mainly caused by stress and boredom. Most times, stress and boredom may just be at the surface. There might be a serious underlying issue beneath the stress and boredom. In trying to break bad habits, once it is formed, you do not eliminate it. Instead, you replace it. Trying to stop a bad habit without replacing it with another good habit will always end as an effort in futility. All of the habits that you have right now, whether good or bad, are in your life for a reason. In some way, these behaviors provide a benefit to you, even if they are bad for you in other ways. This is why simplistic advice like just stop doing it really works. Instead, you need to replace a bad habit with a new habit that provides a similar benefit. Now, how do we break bad habits? Number 1, choose a substitute for your bad habits. it is very important that you choose a substitute for your bad habits. You do not break bad habits, rather you replace them. You have to plan ahead of time how you will respond when you face the stress or boredom that prompts your bad habits. What are you going to do when you get the urge to smoke? For example, you can replace it with a breathing exercise instead. Whatever it is and whatever you are dealing with, you need to have a plan for what you will do instead of your bad habits. Number 2, cut out as many triggers as possible. When trying to stop a bad habit, try as much as possible to remove anything that triggers it. If you drink alcohol when you find yourself in a beer parlor, then stay away from going to beer parlor. If watching pornographic videos makes you masturbate, then delete or remove such videos from around you. That way, you will be removing all the things that triggers that behavior. Number 3, join forces with somebody. Look for someone who has the same bad habits with you and is willing to quit, to join forces with. If you can find someone who smokes like you and the person is willing to quit, you can team up with that person to quit the habit of smoking. If you cannot get someone like you, then you can tell someone close to you that you intend to stop this bad habit and be accountable to that person. When you know that someone is watching you, it will help you to discipline yourself to stop. Number 4, surround yourself with people who live the way you want to live. This is very important. Why you do not have to ditch your old friends. You just have to look for people who have the kind of habits you want to have and stick around them. If you keep hanging out with people who have the kind of habits that you are trying to stop and watching them exhibit the behavior, you will find yourself slipping back to that bad habit. Number 5, visualize yourself succeeding. Try to create a visual picture in your mind of yourself actually free from that bad habit. You can have a clear mental picture of you living a life free from smoking, womanizing, and what have you. The more you replay these pictures in your mind, the faster it will help your subconscious mind to accept the new you and replace the bad habits. Number 6, use positive affirmation. You can use the word "but" to overcome negative self-talk. For example, you can say, "I am fat and out of shape, but I could be in shape in few months from now." And number 7, you plan for failure. When you find yourself getting frustrated or failing to keep up, do not give up. You just have to be persistent no matter what. Try to stay on course. Failure doesn't mean that you are good for nothing. It just means that you are trying. So you keep trying until you achieve your goals. Your habits will go a long way to determine how much success you will record in life. So try as much as possible to start developing good habits now that will help you to achieve your goals and make progress in life. Be happy, be successful, be you. Once again, my name is Cyril. If you enjoyed this podcast and you feel it is valuable in helping you achieve your personal or professional goal, please share with your friends or anyone who might benefit from this information. Subscribe to my channel, like this podcast, and leave a comment. You can follow me on my social media platform for more podcasts and videos on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, and of course on YouTube is at Cyril. You can log on to www.cyrilecblog.wordpress.com for more. And you can also send me an email at writecyrilic@gmail.com. Thank you.